If they are pushing their therapist away with their frustrating behavior because they are ambivalent about bringing their true, authentic self into the room, then the therapist will wonder if that is what is going on and explore it together. If the client is engaging in the ego defense of projective identification, the therapist will become aware that they are beginning to have thoughts and feelings that they usually do not have and see what is going on. They'll not articulate this out loud. Instead, they will engage the client's issues that are being dealt with indirectly without words in the projective identification and co-create a more positive relational experience for the client. E.g., a client has only been called stupid or totally ignored by his father. The client experienced this from birth to the death of their father after the child had a major academic achievement. The client's family system has accused him of being too sensitive and too self-centered anytime he tried to explain how his father's never calling him by name has hurt him. Over time he has learned that words are twisted to hurt, but he wants help, so he creates a way to recreate the frustrating relationship between him and father, between him and therapist. On the 45th time the client calls his therapist moronic, the therapist puts out his palm and says something like, "That word hurts. I can ignore it and not talk about it, but that isn't good for us. I just want you to know that I don't believe you are calling me moronic because you have lost confidence in our work together. Instead, I'll keep telling you that your words are powerful and I am not ignoring them, so it hurts." If the client is new to sobriety, the therapist will be more likely to be direct and ask if the client's annoying behavior is self-defeating and a self-fulfilling prophecy of hopelessness. Over time the therapist will explore if the client uses annoying behaviors in other relationships where they are feeling strong, difficult feelings like hopelessness and shame. If the client is on the autism spectrum, the therapist will inform the client, one behavior at a time, that what they are doing could make people around them annoyed and explore what purpose it serves for the client. Is it self-soothing? Testing. A reflection of enthusiasm and happiness? An expression of suppressed frustration and anger toward the therapist? Together they'll determine if the bother to others makes it a high enough priority to change, and if so, what alternative behavior will work good enough at meeting their need. If the client has OCD or Tourette's, then the therapist will calmly state that they notice the behavior and explore if the client believes it is a reflection of themselves or their DSM-5 diagnosis. If they agree it comes from their diagnosis, then strategies of calming their anxiety will be reviewed, as well as identifying triggers. If they say it is an expression of their own feelings, then the therapist will explore what is going on in the relationship between their client and themselves. If it has nothing to do with the client, but stems from the therapist's countertransference, then the therapist will seek supervision or consultation to determine if they can ethically continue as this client's therapist or if their own therapy or supervision is adequate.